Peace and positive vibes. The Akashic Records. What is the Akashic Records? And as I always say, to get to the Akashic Records, we got to go within. Why within? Because your spirit, your soul, has lived many lifetimes. Okay? And this binary coding, or should I say DNA, the DNA, the very DNA that makes up your being, has lived many, many lifetimes, many generations. So, your spirit has endured many, many, many experiences. And these experiences makes up the Akashic Records. We all have our individual Akashic Records, which is our personal spirit, our personal soul. But we also have a universal Akashic Records, okay? When we even look at the word Akasha in the Sanskrit, in the Indian Sanskrit, Akasha means space, the sky, or ether. And when we look at the ether is basically stillness that holds intelligence, that holds intuition, the spiritual self. Okay, so the ether would be this oneness source of energy. Okay, and remember, like I always say, light is information. So the ether would be this source of information, okay, from everyone, every being here on this earth, even an animal. Okay, every experience that they endured in this earthly plane, that information, aka that energy, goes back to the ether or the Akashic Records. Okay, so this hall of records, okay, or this all-seeing eye, sees all and stores all. Okay, so this oneness source would be the Akashic Records. This ether source is the Akashic Records. And us as humans, as physical beings in this 3D realm, we all have our own personal Akashic Record. As light is information. So everything, like I like to say, that you see played out in this reality is basically us as data collectors and sending back information to the source, to this oneness energy, the ether or the Akashic Records. Now, you may ask now, how is this going to help me? Okay, me knowing the Akashic Records, how is this going to help me? This is how the Akashic Records is going to help you. When you go within your personal internet, and when I say personal internet, I'm not talking about the internet that, like, when we go on our social media or anything. I'm talking about your individual internet. When you go internal, into your internal net, your group of information, your data, which is your spirit, your soul. Because like I said, the spirit has lived many, many lifetimes. So remember something, energy is not destroyed. Energy is transferred. Okay? So energy never dies. When you go within via meditation and meditate, you connect to the all, to the Akashic Records, your personal Akashic Record, and the universal Akashic Records, which is a group of information. This is how folks see, clairvoyance. You get your clairvoyance from the Akashic Records. So this is how you create reality, the life that you want. Even like myself, I remember in my beginning stages of becoming woke and reaching the higher self, I just used to meditate and see stuff. Like information would just come to me via spirituality, and even scientifically here, I'll get information. Then when I go research the information just to make sure this is accurate, everything is just point on. This is how you create reality. This is how you realize that you are on the right path in your life. When you connect to the Akashic records, everything is within you. Everything that you want to know is already within you. You just gotta understand the art of meditation and connecting to the Akashic records. Because like I always say, the Savior is within you. This data of information via the higher self is within you. This is the Akashic records. Everything is inside you. And mankind, what they did was try to create a synthetic version of the Akashic records. This is where the internet comes into place now. The physical internet, when we go on social media and everything, these platforms like YouTube and all these other stuff, this is where the physical Akashic records that man created. Okay, and think about it. We store information where? To the cloud. Where the cloud is? In the sky. And like I said, when we do the etymology on Akashic, and we look at the word Akasha, Akasha means, in the ancient Sanskrit, it means sky, space, ether. So when you look at information being stored to the cloud, like man like to say, with the internet, this is no different from your physical being. We store information to the ether, the Akashic records. So every information, like when you go on Google and you try to find information, you can find it within the internet Akashic record. It's no different from your spirit. When you meditate, that's your personal Google. When you meditate, you now enter the Akashic records of the universe. And this is how you find what you need to do in this lifetime. This is how you break free from this prison called Earth, this university turned into a prison. So this is how the Akashic record helps us. This is your way of understanding. This is your way of journeying through this realm, this lifetime, and leveling up. When you connect to the Akashic records, meditation. And think about it. In grade school, even in college, nobody teaches you to meditate. This is why yoga is so important. The art of meditation, connecting to your higher self. And I always remember when I started my journey of spirituality and meditation and everything, it was like everything just was coming to me just like this. You gotta trust the process, trust your spirit, because your spirit aren't going to lead you in a wrong path. So you gotta trust thyself. You get that gut feeling when you know something is wrong. That's your inner net speaking to you. The higher self speaking to you. So all of this is stuff that you gotta grasp when you're trying to level up. This is your higher self speaking to you. This is why I always say to individuals, everything that you see play out in this physical reality, everything is playing out for a reason. This is what the universe wants. Like the saying says, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you see play out is what the universe, aka the Akashic records, this ether, this oneness, wants to experience. Okay? Now, I get that we don't understand a lot of stuff here in this physical realm, and we try to understand why spirits would want to experience certain lifestyles. But every lifestyle you see play out in this physical realm is what the universe wants. It wants to experience these different life forms, these different ideas, these different experiences. Everything happens for a reason, because as data collectors, we send this information back to the Hall of Records, the Akashic records. And another way to connect to the Akashic records is spiritual food. And when I say spiritual food, food that contains a lot of sunlight, solar energy, okay? Because the more light you consume, remember, light is information. So the more light you consume, the more better for you to connect spiritually when you meditate and get this information from the Akashic records at an easier point, okay? From your spirit guides. Because at the end of the day, food is information. Whatever you consume. And even when we look at the pyramid scale of food with Dr. Sebi, like he always say, you got to eat more electric food, aka food that contains more light, because light is information. You are light. Your body, your aura, everything is light. Everything is based upon light, which is information. Light is the illusion. So the more foods that contain light, plants, okay? Once you eat more plants, fruits, foods that contain more sunlight, because fruits is the blood of the sun. This literally is the blood of the sun. So when you eat more fruits and vegetables, you contain more light, more information, and it's more easier for you to connect to the source, the Akashic records, okay? And when you connect, this is how you create reality, because we are data collectors / co-creators within this realm. So you got to remember these stuff. And once you learn the art of meditation, you now become a co-creator or reaching your higher self at its highest extent. And now this is how you map out the life that you desire. This is how you map out different experiences via your past life and understand what you need to do in this life in order to level up. Okay? And this is why the Akashic records are so powerful. But peace and positive vibes, and know thyself worth. Meditate. Meditation. Limitless.